Welcome to the Roulette Master TV, where we go back in time and visit roulette systems that were sent in by subscribers that did amazing. This one got over 600,000 views. Play roulette all night long. I hope you enjoy this one. This is the Roulette Master, and you're not going to believe this exceptional new roulette system sent in by one of my subscribers, John B. He said not only is this a massive comp beast, but you're going to win money and you can play all night long with this system and not lose. So let's go ahead and get started. He wants his system to go up against Romanovski, another comp beast, which is going to go first. Each is going to go for 15 minutes of playtime. I can't wait to see which one makes the most money in the next 15 minutes, and I think you're going to absolutely love both of them. Here we go. All right, up first today is Romanovski, and let's go ahead and place the bets. I'll show you everything you need to know to win money at the casino with this and build great comp credit, and then we'll get into John B's incredible new roulette system. So let's go ahead and start with $60 on second and third 12. And then we're going to put $20 on two of the corner bets in the first 12 there. It's a 160 total bet. Again, we have 60, 60, 20, and 20. And let's go ahead and spin. Here we go.
No more bets.
Timer is set. And we're off and running. Okay, and that's a $20 win right off the bat there. We're up $20. We're just going to rebet and spin. Here we go. That's a 15 black. Okay, that's another win. So we're already up $40. And a lot of times when you're playing Romanovski, you never get a loss. You can just win 4, 5, 6 in a row and just cash out. And there's also another way of playing it where you can just play all night long, take a few losses. We're already up 60. And then just have your losses and wins cancel each other out a little bit and build up a lot of comp credit. But you're going to absolutely love this new one by John B today. There's another win there, though. We're up 80 already with Romanovski. So 160 total bet, 60, 60, 20, and 20. All that really matters is that you have 1/3 of your bet on those corners. And that's another $20 win. So we're up 100 already.
No more bets.
Let's rebet and spin. Here we go. That's a 3 red. And that's another $20 win. You can see we're already up $120. We could cash out and go home right now and take it to the casino. So let's see what we get here. That's a 22 black. And many times I've played this where that exact same thing happens. We're up 140 already. We'll rebet and spin at 160. Again, it's 60, 60, 20, and 20 are the bets on there. 60 and 60 are on the second and third 12. And that's another $20 win. So you can see we're already up 160. Let's rebet and spin. And now even if we lose, we're still not down. So that's incredible. That's a 36 red. Okay, that's another $20 win. We're up 180. Both these systems today are going to be $2,000 bankroll systems. But just remember that all you have to do is just divide the bet amounts by the same amount that you divide your bankroll by, and you can play for really small bets as well. In fact, we're already up $200, and you could easily just turn those 20s into 2s and the 60s into 6, and then you just divide that bankroll by the same amount. Let's go ahead and spin again here, and here we go. And that's a 34 red. That's another win. We're up $220. And the proportions and using math are really important when it comes to making sure that your bankroll is right for the amount that you're betting. And there's our first loss there. And we're still up 60 even after that loss. So we're just going to continue to bet and try to build it back up again. And this is a cyclical system that goes up and down, and you want to cash out when you're way up. But we just got back-to-back losses there. So now all of a sudden we're down 100. But what you're going to notice is that we'll still build it back up and get back in profit. It just takes patience and bankroll. And there's a 7 red. There's another win. So now we're minus 80. But if you think about it, you only need 4 wins to get back ahead again. And let's do that. So there's a 32 red. All right, and we're minus 60. Let's rebet and
No
spin.
more bet.
It's hard to believe we had back-to-back losses, but anything can happen when you're playing roulette. I know a lot of you maybe have seen this before, but I guarantee you haven't seen John B's new system, which is coming up, and I think you're going to really love it. But there's another loss. So now we're minus 220.
No more
Let's
bet.
stay right at the 160 base level bet again. And for right now, we're going to keep the bet the same. That's a 33 black. And let's rebet and
No
spin.
more bet.
And here we go. That's a 10 black. That's a win there. So we're minus 180 now.
No more bet.
Again, it cycles up and down. And we're 4 minutes, 25 seconds into the first 15 minutes of the competition. There's another win. We're minus 160 right now. Let's rebet and spin. And here we go. That's a 36 red. Okay, so we're minus 140. Let's rebet and spin. See what we get here. Okay, that's a 7 red. Fantastic. We're minus 120 now.
No more bet.
And we're building it back up. Here we go. And that's a 3 red. And that's a win, so we'll take that. We're minus 100.
No
We're
more
getting
bet.
closer to getting back ahead again here. Again, you want to cash out when you cycle up, not when you cycle down. And, ooh, there's another loss, though. So one thing you can do when you lose, and we'll go ahead and try it right here, is double the bet. It'll help you get it back a little bit quicker, but there's more risk. And let's see what we get here. That's a 20 black. Then you win 40 instead of 20. And the only time I recommend doing that is if you have a lot of losses in a close proximity and it would take a long time to get your money back. It definitely helps. So now we're winning 40 instead of 20 on each spin. And here we go. And let's see what we get here. It's a 320 total bet. That's a 35 black. Okay, and we're minus 140. Let's go ahead and spin again at 320. We're 6 minutes and 5 seconds into the first 15 minutes. That's a 28 black. Okay, and we're minus 100 now. Let's spin again at 320. And here we go. It's a 34 red. Fantastic. We're minus 60. Let's spin again at 320 here. That's a 6 black. That's another win. So we're only one win away from being in profit again. Let's see if we can do it. And if we get that, we'll go back to our base level bet. And that's a 17 black. We did it. So now we're going to go back to the original bet, which again is 60, 60, 20, and 20. Okay, now we're back up $20. Let's see if we can get some wins here and build it back up. We're 7 minutes in out of 15. And that's a 10 black. And that's another win, so we're up 40 now.
No more bet.
Winning 20 each time again now, because we went back to the base level bet. And that's a 2 black. And that's a win, so fantastic. We're up 60.
No more bet.
Bet again at 160 total here. Again, that's 60, 60, 20, and 20. That's a 36 red. All right, so we're up $80.
No more bet.
Let's spin again. Here we go. That's a 22 black. Okay, that's a win. So we're up 100.
No more bet.
Let's spin again. Here we go. All right, that is a 13 black. Okay, that's a $20 win. We're up 120.
No more bet.
Let's spin again here at 160 and see what we get. That's a 19 red. And that's another win. So even though we were down a lot, we're up 140 now.
No
And
more
we're
bet.
cruising right along. You could cash out right now and run with the money again. We've had a couple chances to do that already. There's another win at 21 red. I'm telling you, I've done this a lot in the casino where I've got on a really long roll of wins. And you just want to cash out before you get that feeling like you're going to have a loss. And that's a 34 red. Just remember, anything you're up,
more than what you brought is a win. And any win feels pretty good against the casino. And that's a 30 red. That's another win right there. We're up $200.
No more bets.
Let's spin again at 160. And it feels good when you get up more than the amount that you're betting, because you know if you lose, you're still up. And we're up 220 now. Let's rebet and spin. We're 9 minutes in out of 15. Okay, that's a 12 red. And that's another loss. So let's go ahead and just keep the bet the same and spin since we're still up. And we'll build it back up again. Building lots of comp credit and winning is awesome. So, and there's another win at 20. So we're back up 80. Let's rebet and spin. Still at 160 base level bet. 60, 60, 20, and 20. That's a 13 black. And that's a win. So we're up 100. Let's spin again at 160. We're almost 10 minutes in out of 15. And then make sure you stick around for John B's new roulette system. You're going to absolutely love it. It's going to build tons of comp credit. You're going to be able to, go home a winner, and you're going to be able to play for a long, long time. So that's a 22 black. And we're up 140. I know a lot of you think that, if you stick around too long, you're going to lose. And there's definitely, if you're using the wrong system, that's for sure the case. But you always want to win, walk when you're winning. We're up 160 now. But this new system coming up by John B is one that you can actually play for a long time and feel pretty confident. So we're up 180. Let's spin again at 160 here. And again, it feels great when you finally get up more than the bet. Because again, and we're up 200, if you lose, you don't have to double the bet yet. You're still in profit. You can build it back up again. That's a 29 black. Fantastic. We're up 220. 160 total bet again. Here we go. Okay, that's a 12 red. And that's another loss. So again, we're up 60, so we're not going to increase. You only do that when you feel like you have to, if you're way too far away from being in profit. And if you're still in profit, you just build it back up again. All right, so we're up 80. Let's go ahead and rebet and spin at 160 again here. We're 11 minutes and 26 seconds in out of 15. And that's a 24 black. That's a win. So you can see we're building it back up already. We're already up 100 again. And here we go. That's a 20 black. And that's a win. So we're up 120. Let's rebet and spin at 160. And here we go. It's a 31 black. All right, another win. So we're up 140. If you like winning a lot and not having a lot of losses, this is a great system for you. And like I said, it builds comp credit. That's a 23 red. And we're up 160 now. So again, we're back to that point where we know if we lose, we're not down, which is a great feeling. That's a 15 black. That's another win. So now we know even if we lose, we're ahead, and we're at 160 total bet again. 12 and a half minutes in out of 15, and that's a 6 black. And that's a win, so we'll take it. We're up 200. Let's spin again here, and you can probably tell it cycles back and forth. You want to cash out when it cycles up. Very important. So we're up 220. And if being up 220 is good, and you're happy with taking the casino down for a day, go ahead and cash it out. But we're going to keep playing for 2 more minutes till we get to the first 15 minutes of this challenge. And we're up 240, 160 total bet again. All right, that's a 10 black. And that's a win. So we're up 260 now. Even if we lose now, we're still up 100. Pretty good feeling. And that's a 27 red. Okay, we're up 280. Let's rebet and spin. Again, 160 total bet. 60, 60, 20, and 20. That's 11 black. Okay, and we're up 300.
No more bet.
160 total bet again, and a minute and a half left in the first part of this contest. But make sure you stick around for John B's new roulette system. And we're up $320. 160 total bet, base level. Let's spin. 27 red. That's another win. We like it. All right. Any win is a good win. We're up 340. A 160 total bet again here. All right, that's a 14 red. And that's another win. We're up 360. And again, it's a great feeling when now we know if we lose, we're still up $200. And then that's another win, though. That's a 28 black. So we're up 380. Let's spin again. And it really gives you a lot of the power once you get up this much, because you know you don't have to increase the bets if you lose. And but at the same time, you also know that it's probably time to cash out. We're up 400. Let's spin again at 160. 30 seconds left out in this first 15 minutes of the competition. That's a 10 black. Another win. We're up 420. Let's rebet and spin. And that's a 5 red. And that's another win. And we just ran out of time. So the first 15 minutes, Romanovski made $440 profit, which is incredible. But it usually cycles up and down, and you want to cash out when you're up, and builds lots of comp credit. So I hope you really enjoyed this one. But now it is time for John B's new roulette system, which I was telling you builds comp credit, lets you play all night long, and go home a winner. So let's go ahead and see if it can make more than $440 in the next 15 minutes. Here we go. All right, it is time for John B's new roulette system, and you can see we have a 0 balance. We're going to go ahead and place the bets, and I'm going to show you everything you need to know to win money at the casino with this and build comp credit and play all night long. So here we go. Let's go ahead, and we're going to put $20 on 1 to 18 and 20 on even. He said you can also use this on odd and 19 to 36. But let's start on 1 to 18 and even with 20 on each. Let's go ahead and start the timer and spin. Here we go. This is also a $2,000 bankroll system, and you can use a lot less than that if you reduce the size of the starting bet amounts. And we started out with a loss on both. So what we're going to do when we have a loss on both is we're going to double the bet, and then we're going to add 1 unit, which in this case is $20 to each. Okay, so now we have 60 on each. Let's go ahead and spin. All right, here we go. That's a 7 red. And that's a break even. And you're going to see that a lot with this system. We're minus 40 right now, but we're just going to rebet and spin when we break even. And when we do that, we're going to be building up lots of comp credit. And you're going to absolutely love how this extends the amount of time that you play. And there's another break even right there. And also, it makes it to where it's really hard to get a lot of losses, which is what it would take for you to lose your bankroll. And there's another break even. We're minus 40 right now, but once we get a win, we'll be back in business. And we need to get a win on both of them. And if we get a win on one and not the other, we break even, and we're building that comp credit. Look at that. We just won $120. Even after all those break evens, we're up 80 now. So now we're going to go back to the base level, 20 on each, and let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. Okay, that's a 4 black. And that's a $40 win. We'll be happy to take that. We're up $120 already. Let's just rebet and spin. $20 on each again here. And you're going to find it takes a lot of losses to get, or it takes a lot of time and losses with all these break evens that are building you up comp credit to get to where you can lose your bankroll. So it's pretty impressive. And that's a 17 black. That's another break even, but we're building that comp credit. We're not losing, and we're up $120. So those are all good things. And here we go again. That's a 20 black there. Another break even. So again, building that comp credit, not losing anything. Let's spin again. And when you do win, you win a lot. So you don't have to win on every spin. And that's a 3 red. And that's another loss. So we'll just rebet. I'm sorry, not another loss, but another break even. Let's rebet and spin. You're not going to get a lot of losses because there's one right there as I say that. But let's go ahead now, and we're going to double the bet and then add a unit to each. So now we're at 60 each, 120 total. Now let's see if we can get a win before we get the next loss. And that's a 32 red. That's a break even, I believe. And that won't hurt you. We're up 80 right now till we get the win here. Then we'll be back. Then we'll be up a lot more once we get the win. That's a 17 black. That's another break even, building up that comp credit with these high bets and very not having very many losses as you're noticing here. That's a 33 black. And just as I say that, we had another loss there. So we're going to double the bet and add 20 to each, which is what we started. Now we have a 280 total bet. Let's go ahead and spin, and let's hope that we get a win before we have another loss. But that's a 33 black. And look at that, back to back. That's pretty unlucky, but that's okay. This is why we have the $2,000 bankroll. We'll add 20 to each after we double the bet. We're minus 320, but we have a $2,000 bankroll, so remember that. And that is a 10 black. $600 win. Look at that, guys. We're back up $280. We go back to 20 on each. Let's go ahead and spin. And still making a lot of money even with these break evens. That's a 7 red. And like I said, these break evens are building up very important comp credit. Let's just rebet and spin after that break even. And it helps you get up the tier credit levels and start using a lot of those rewards that you can get from your casino. If you're not using them, you're definitely being left behind. So make sure you use your comp credit rewards. There's a nice win there. You can see we won 40. So we just rebet and spin. We're up $320 already. And there's a lot of things people don't realize that that they can use because of the tier credit points that they build up, which gets you a higher card level and lots more rewards. There's another win right there. And man, already up $360. That's incredible. Let's go ahead and spin again. Even with all these break evens, we're doing fantastic. And here we go. That's a 14 red. There's another $40 win. We'll take it. We're up $400. Wow. All right, here we go. That's a 24 black. That's another break even. Again, it doesn't hurt us, and it builds up that credit. Let's rebet and spin again. And here we go. That's a 21 red. And that's a loss, so we're going to double the bet and add 20 to each, which is what we started with. So now we have 60 on each, 120 total. And here we go. That's a 20 black. Okay, that's a break even, so we just keep the bet the same and spin again at 60 on each or 120 total. We're 6 minutes in out of 15, and that's a 20 black. Another break even, building up that comp credit, and it's not like we're not making very much though, like a lot of systems like this. We're up $360 already, even with all these break evens. But there's another loss, so we're going to double the bet and add 20 to each. Now we have a 280 total bet. Let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. That's a 1 red. I believe that's a break even. Building up lots of comp credit with these huge bets, and 140 each right now. And let's hope we get a win before we have another loss. And that's a 12 red. We got it. It's a $280 win. We're up $520 now. Wow, that's incredible. Let's go ahead and spin again here. And it's doing just what he said it would do. We're 7 minutes in out of 15. That's a 22 black. That's a break even. Again, building up that comp credit, and we're up $520. Let's rebet and spin. There we go. And let me know down in the comments what level you are at with your card at the casino. There's another nice win at $40. We're up $560 now, still at base level, 20 each. And let me know down in the comments too what rewards you qualify for at your casino. I'm sure the other subscribers would love to hear about it. And there's a loss, so we're going to double. and add 20 to each, or 1 unit.
No more bets.
So now we're at 120 total, 60 on each. Here we go. That's a 36 red. That's a break even. Again, lots of comp credit. We're at 520.
No more bets.
Let's rebet again at 120, like as we always do when we break even. And that's a 28 black, another break even there. But a lot of systems where you break even, you don't make a lot of money, but we've made $520
No more
in a
bets.
very short time. So when you do strike, it's well worth it. And here we go. That's a 28 black. And that's another break even. We're up 520 still.
No more bets.
Rebet again, 60 each. We're 8 minutes and 25 seconds in. And that's a 15 black. That's another break even. So not losing anything, building up that great credit. And let's go ahead and spin again here. And let's see, that's an 18 red. And that's a win, $120 win. We're up $640. Let's go back to base level
No more bets.
and spin. Here we go. And that's 11 black. And that's another break even. But again, like I said, most break even systems don't pay like this. We're up $640.
No more bets.
And I tell you what we use most of our comp credit for is we travel all over the country and stay for free. And not only do we stay for free, we're up 640, but if you talk to your casino host and you build up some good comp credit, they'll let you stay in the nicest rooms that any hotel has, any casino hotel. That's another nice win at 40. We're up 680.
No more bets.
Just like when we've been staying at the Eliante in Vegas lately, they'll hook us up with the presidential suite or the executive suite. Either one are fantastic. It's like as big as a house. So take advantage of those comp credits. We're up 680 already. And don't be afraid to call your casino host and ask for them to hook you up, because that's their job. And there's an 8 black. That's another $40 win. We're up $720.
No more bets.
And here we go. But most people just don't know what those rewards are, or they don't realize the extent of the rewards at your casino. So some are better than others, though. That's a break even. We're up $720 still. And here we go. That's a 3 red. That's another break even. Again, doesn't hurt us any. We're up 720. Wow.
No
All right, here we go. The other thing people don't realize is that you can use your food comps anytime you lose. And I'll talk to you a little bit more about that as we go through. And that's a $40 loss. So we're going to double, add 20 to each. Let's go ahead and spin here. And when you travel, a lot of places will give you the food comps just to come there, even though it's free. It's pretty incredible. For instance, when you do go to the Eliant in Vegas, like we just did, and let's rebet and spin again after we broke even. Not only do they give you the best rooms they have for free, but they'll usually give you between $100 and $300 in food credit just for coming to Vegas. So that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and spin again at 60 each. Here we go. And that's a 0. So we definitely lost that one. And if you want to, you can play this where when you hit 0, you don't increase. But we're going to go ahead and increase on this one. And that's a safer way to play. And we probably should have done that. But we're at 280 total now after we doubled and added a unit to each. And it was worth it. Look at that. $280 win. We're up $840 now. And let's go ahead and spin again at base level 20 each again. We're 12 minutes in out of 15. And that's a 32 red. Another break even, building up that comp credit. We're up $840.
No more bets.
Let's go ahead and spin again. And the other thing that'll help you out too is when you're playing on the table with the dealer and not on an automated roulette machine, there's some other secrets as well. And we're up $840. Let's rebet and spin. Another way to get a lot more comp credit when you're playing with a dealer at a table is to, when you first start out, buy in with more than you think that you need. And at the very beginning, I'll tell you more here in a second. Let's rebet because that was a break even. But when you first start placing your first couple bets, place much higher bets than you're normally used to placing, and that'll help you a lot with what the dealer gives you for your rewards. And let's double and add a unit to each, and let's go ahead and spin. And then you can, after the first couple spins, you can go back to your normal betting amount. That's a 15 black. Break even, we're up $800. Let's spin again here at 60 each, 120, and we're 13 minutes and 17 seconds in. That's a 36 red, and that's another break even. And with these high bet amounts, like we're at 120 right now, every time we break even, we're building up that comp credit, help you move up the tier credit, up on the tier credits to get you a higher level, and that's a 1 red. Another break even, but it won't hurt us. We're up $800 in this very short time. We're only 13 minutes and 43 seconds in, but we only have about a minute 15 left in this part of the competition, and we're up $800 still. All right, we're just going to rebet and spin. Let's see if we can get a win before a loss. And that's a 35 black. That's a loss. So we're going to actually double and add 20 to each. And let's go ahead and spin. Now we have a 280 total bet. Let's see what we get here. And that's a 28 black. That's a break even. Won't hurt us any. And these big bet amounts like 280 really help your comps out. And let's bet again at 140 each, 280 total. 30 seconds left. And we got it. That's an 8 black. Look at that. That's a $280 win. We're up $960 now. Wow. Incredible. All right, 30 seconds left. All right, that's a 24 black. That's a break even. Again, most systems that break even don't make you this much money. I can tell you that. And so this is building you comp credit, and it's making you lots of money. And we just ran out of time, and we'll take that $40 loss as time just expired there. And John B's new roulette system, which he says makes you a ton of comp credit and lets you play all night long and lets you go home a winner, just won $920 in 15 minutes. And even though Romanovski did fantastic and made over $400 in profit, this one is definitely the winner today, with $920 in profit. And what you'll notice is, since there's so many break evens, it takes a long time for you to get to where you would lose your $2,000 bankroll. And if that's too much for you, just reduce the amount and reduce the bets by the same percentage. Just use your math skills and make sure they're proportionate. That's the key with any of these systems. You just divide it by the same amount, and that way you have the right amount of bankroll, which is the most important thing when you're playing roulette. So hope you really enjoyed this one. Thank you, John B, for sending it in. For the rest of you, please send the systems in to roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. I love seeing the new systems every single day of the week, and that's the best part of this. I love seeing them, and I hope you guys do as well. And when you're remember to always test these out on a simulator first before you go to the casino. And make sure that you like it before you risk your own money, because you might come up with different numbers and see different results. When you do see those different results or the same results, share them in the comments with the other subscribers, because that really helps them out. And not only whether it's on a simulator, or if you do decide to go to the casino, share your results in the comments and let everyone know how you did. Either way, so that it'll help out the rest of the subscribers, and then they'll do the same for you, and it'll probably help you out as well. So I hope you really enjoyed today's video by John B. Build up lots of comp credit, won $920. What could be better than that? This is the Roulette Master, and have a great day, everybody.